What's up? It's your boy Grandmaster Weeb Supreme here, and today I'm going to be looking at Mal reviews again. The last time I did this, I looked for reviews for anime that I really liked, and I looked for reviews that were bad. This time it's going to be the complete opposite, so I'm going to look at anime that I didn't like, and I'm going to look for good reviews on them. I figured this would be kind of fun, so maybe I can, see some hot takes, or maybe I have the hot take this time, which I probably don't, because I actually have good taste. Fucking fight me, that is just straight fact. So without further ado, let's just jump into it and look at some of these reviews. For you guys who value morality or only animes for their cuteness and for fun purpose, you guys should stay away from this one. It's not for you guys. Alright, so we're off to a good start with this one. This anime would be well received by people who like one of the following genres: thriller, mystery, tragedy, psychological, or who like anime like Higurashi, Mirai Nikki, Danganronpa. I know I butchered that, I'm really sorry. Or Elfen Lied. Okay, so first of all, Higurashi is 10 out of 10. I love Higurashi. Mirai Nikki, I haven't watched it in a while, or read it, but it's alright. Danganronpa, haven't touched that series. That is a series I do want to get into eventually. And Elfen Lied, I have a soft spot for that series. I might go into talking about that series in a future video, so I want to put a hold on that. This anime is really outstanding, personally speaking. From the first episode up to the 6th, which I have watched, I cannot wait for the next episode to come out since it was just too good. Oh my god. Yes, it was very good. Oh my god. Dude, am I gonna be bullying people? Dude, come on. Like, King's Game was so bad. Holy shit. Supported by good characterization. No, they're walking cardboard. It's walking cardboard. Great art. No. And sound. No, the only good thing about the sound was the opening song by Cold Rain. Also in this anime, people's bad side and good side were depicted beautifully and precise. Oh, what does Tyler Creator say? Well, that was a fucking lie. First off, King's Game is just, it's so bad. I am a fan of thriller, mystery, tragedy, and psychological stuff. And that's my jam. That's why I like Higurashi so much. But the thing about King's Game is it tries way too hard to be this deep, psychological thing. Oh, look at this, and it just fucking fails because they try it so seriously. It just comes off as grade A comedy, especially with the what was it, when they're beating up the main protagonist. I can't even remember his name because that's how much the series stuck with me. And he's trying to tell everyone oh no, fuck you, dude. And then psychopath girl says something, and then they all take her side right after she turns into a psycho. This series is just a fucking mess. That's just the best way to say. That's the best way to put it. Is fucking King's Game is just a goddamn mess. This person rated this so high. I want to see what else he's watched. Okay, Three Gatsu no Lion. That's a really good one. I love that. Angel Beats, another good one. Anohana, really good. Bigata HK, that's just some good grade A comedy. Blend S, funny. Erased, good. Haganai, good. Charlotte, good. Clan Ad, gave it a 10. Alright, we're good. We're Gucci. We're... Bruh. The Clan Ad movie, an 8. At least you gave both seasons a 10. Okay, I will give you that. However, that movie is a bastardized, it's a bastardization of the fucking Clannad series. Like, This is actually a really good segue to the next entry. This really paints me to do this because I love Clannad so much, but the Clannad movie just was, it's not terrible, but by the anime standards and like what that set, like, yeah, this is pretty garbage compared to the anime. I have not played the visual novel yet. I'm working on it. It's a big novel. It's gonna take me a long time to work my way through it. The only reason I'm putting this on here is for a goof. I've just finished the movie. In general, it was great. I don't think that the movie will spoil the series because it's alternative to it, but who knows? By the time I'm writing this review, I've only seen 20 episodes, so I don't know how the anime ends. You're still on season 1. Like, why would you watch this movie when you're in the middle of watching the anime? Like, finish the anime first, please. Don't do this to yourself. Or the art and animation, to tell you the truth, it was horrible. There were times where I wondered if I was watching a movie from the end of 2007 or a movie from the early 80s. It's exactly what I said in my review too. And when you compare it to the actual anime that came out like just a little bit after it, and how amazing that looks. You know, you fucking Toei Animation, get your shit together, please. Sound, nothing special, really, it was fine. And I haven't noticed it for most of the time. The ending theme was nice, but that's all. The new version of Dango Daikazoku was cute and fit, I'll fix that typo for you, with the style of the movie. Yeah, they sped up the Dango song, and it's a speed run of Clannad, so yeah, it really does fit in. Good observation. The story was great. There were even some scenes that almost made me cry, and some that made me laugh. That's just key for you. As far as I saw from the series, the story in the movie was better. I haven't played the game. The story in the movie was, oh no, you're making me angry. Oh. Coming from someone who hasn't even seen After Story, that is priceless. That is god tier comedy. I love it. I think the only bad thing here was the art. The rest of the movie was good. If after the anime I thought the Clannad story was nothing special, after seeing the movie I realized that I was really wrong. If you don't like the series, see the movie. What? Okay. If you got a lot of enjoyment from the movie, congratulations. Like, I'm not trying to knock you for that. But that's kind of a hot take for me. That they enjoyed the movie more than the series. Huh. I would really like to sit down with this person and pick their brain more than what they just wrote here, and fully dive into what worked better for them in the movie and what they didn't really like in the anime. I really want to sit down and talk with them with that. The likelihood of that is very, very, very slim, next to impossible. But I would still love the idea of sitting down with this person to talk about this. I would love to. First off, this is a show that will be slated, and in some cases for a good reason. I think this would have benefited having more than 12 episodes, not as many as 24. I agree with that. Listeners was way too fast paced. There's too much. They wanted to do too much for 12 episodes. I think having 24 episodes would have helped out the series a lot with just the pacing of the story and what they wanted to do with it and the story they wanted to tell. Perhaps the ending should have been an OVA immediately released to allow to spread more of the story. I mean, it's nice when you get more of a series through an OVA and stuff like that, but it's a little bit irritating and annoying when you invest your time into a show. It's 12 episodes, and then it's like, oh, you want to see the ending? Here's an OVA. OVA should be like a fun extra episode, or if there's going to be another season, an OVA can maybe like bridge the gap between season 1 and season 2 or something. Like, they do the OVA to give the studio more time to make season 2. Like, with that, I'm fine. But if it's like an actual like conclusion, no. Now, if it's an epilogue, like it finishes in an OVA, like, hey, here's like, 2 or 3 years in the future, I'm okay with that. The show itself does contain a pretty basic plot, and it also does a full 360. In this, I mean, we have an event that causes a warlike scenario, which is then repeated to have a different ending. The ending is more representative of the 1960 and 70 era of the hippies and love. The show started really strong as it was building itself to be a real showbreaker, coming into a generic storyline to actually build. Problem is that it faltered about 6 episodes in. Personally, I believe this was due to it only being 12 episodes. If it had a few more, it would have been able to portray itself better. I think the character designs of everyone were amazing. The art, for the most part, was fine. Animation was average, and the CG, I wouldn't say it was brilliant. It wasn't the worst. It was also, I think, just average. Characters, mainly Mew and Echo, the protagonists, are really good to begin with. You believe Echo to be the sole main, and Mew then coming to take over, and then it is shared. Mew was a better protagonist. Echo really annoyed me. It's like the thing, like with everything, like he knows he has to do something and he doesn't do it, and I'm like, bro, come on. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I really wanted to like listeners. Like, listeners, when I first saw it or heard of it, I was like 110% in. I'm like, let's go. This sounds really freaking dope. Like, I'm a big fan of music, and seeing like mechs made out of music equipment, holy shit, like that was a really good and original idea, and I loved it. The story, however, was very, very not desirable, let's put it that way. And like, going back to what I said about the characters, I like all the designs, but when one of your main antagonists look like this, like the only thing this person is doing bad is his hairstyle. Like, what the fuck is up with this? This like bowl ass cut. Like, you thought a bowl cut was shitty. Like, this takes it to a whole other level. And his name is Tommy, like the Who reference. What, like, that? I like all the references they drop in his series, and like pretty much the episodes were named after songs and all that. But that alone can't save the series for being just not that good and super rushed when it comes to the story. Like, you think it sounds simple, and then it gets more complicated and more confusing as it goes. I don't know how to explain it, but I was actually going to make a video about listeners, but when I was writing the script, it didn't really come out like I wanted to, so I kind of scrapped it. Hence why I kind of want to look at the reviews for this so I can give my thoughts on the series. There is a TLDR at the end, just a little intro to my review. I have to say, I really enjoyed the series. I was not expecting much since it was original content and nothing had been said about it before. I think that as an anime series, it did a great job and was also completely different from everything else we had been seeing for the past few seasons. Yeah, it is completely different from what you've been seeing the past few seasons when this came out. Yeah, because this was absolute garbage, or as I call it, discount Higurashi, because both the series share some similar traits with each other. They take place in a creepy little village. There's a group of people. It's suspenseful, it's thriller. They both have comedy in it, but one of them is actually more of a comedy than it is a thriller psychological suspenseful anime. Enjoyment. I'm giving this a 10 for enjoyment.
Bruh.
Why? Fucking 10 for enjoyment. Are you fucking with me? Because I enjoyed this series so much, I came expecting a good series, but had no clue really what it would be. Horror, mystery, murder? I wasn't sure. This series made me want to find out though. I waited, not so patiently, to be able to watch each episode. Each time I did, I was rewarded with something that I loved and was curious about. Bro, this show went from full mystery to full comedy in like a span of that. Fucking people. I wish that the anime had more than 12 episodes for this reason. At first, it developed very slowly, giving you things to question and to wonder about, but never giving you enough answers to fully grasp what was actually happening. I think that was a strength of the show. If anyone checks out the Reddit thread for Mayoyaga, you will see countless confused people making theories, believing the more implausible ones, because the nature of the show relies or says regular logic won't work. They're confused because it was a fucking shit show. It's not some deep psychological, like, makes you fucking use your big brain to think. No. Like, and most of the characters in it are just a bunch of fucking smooth brains that have, some of them are, their backstories are kind of hysterical for how fucking stupid they are and like why they want to run away. The show makes the viewer curious, want more, and really wonder what the show is about. I think that made this show great and, for me, enjoyable. Bro, I couldn't wait for this series to end. Like, I will agree, like, maybe if it did have 24 episodes, it would have been better because they could have tried to flesh things out and make things actually, you know, maybe semi-coherent. But still, like, even with that, like, oh my god, this show is such a fucking wreck. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is the one I've been waiting to do. Fucking School Days. My least fucking favorite anime I've ever watched. I'm sorry, Joey. Like, I know how much you've gone back and forth and like, you like it, you're like, No, Joey. School Days is shit. It's so fucking bad. Okay, my dude? School Days is a psychological anime, number one. So do not think it is about cute children playing in school and having happy days. School Days is an anime about how cheating on someone can really end up messing with their head and lives, and how the human heart and mind are very fragile, and how friendship is very precious. When destroyed in the worst way, it can have the worst consequences. Okay. Yes, I do agree with that. That is pretty much the theme of the whole show. I can, yes, 110% agree. However, does it in the worst fucking possible way ever. And by that, I mean all the characters, like, with this kind of thing, like, you have to have some characters spread out that are actually, like, decent people. And none of the characters in this show are halfway decent people. They're all really fucked up. You can maybe make a case for Kotonoha, and the actions of Makoto make her that way. You could argue that. However, I'm just going out on a limb here and say they're all just fucking shit. Like, you can have this premise, but when all your fucking people are just pieces of shit or have the personality of a goddamn fucking cardboard box, it really doesn't help. You can't really fully express that, because at least for me, I'm not gonna give a fucking shit about them or what's happening to them. I'm just gonna, wow, they're fucking garbage people. Anything that happens to them that's bad, I'm all for it. Like, they don't deserve anything good to happen to them. The majority of the anime, the main character is, in my opinion, a psychopath as well as a sex addict, but there are moments here and there where you see that his actions actually do bother him, and these are very important in this particular anime because if they did not have them, he would truly seem to be a monster. It is sometimes scary that the most evil people are not demons or supernatural at all. You're putting way too much thought into this fucking anime. That's like... You're putting, like, I agree. Like, there are some good things. Like, the overarching themes that School Days were trying to show are 10 out of 10. The execution, though, is fucking 1 out of 10. The ending is something that is perfect, though in my opinion, and it is something I absolutely saw coming, but the way it was done was really something creepy and gave me chills. Yeah, when Kotonoha just cuts up fucking Sekai and looks in her stomach to see, like, are you really pregnant? And the fucking boat. Like, genuinely fucking disturbing. I will give School Days that. But the fact that you make pretty much every character so unlikable with, like, really no redeeming factors, it hurt the narrative that the School Days was trying to go for. That's just my personal opinion. Because, like, as much as I shit on it, I think it's a fucking train wreck and I fucking hate it, my morbid curiosity kind of wants to play the visual novel. And I know the visual novel is like so much more fucked up because there's multiple endings and some of them are really, really fucking, like, just ridiculous. I think I've had enough of reading reviews on Mal. I do plan to make more videos like this in the future. I do like making them. I think they're really, really fun. And I also like to look on Mal to see, you know, what people think about anime shows that I like or dislike. If you did like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like my Facebook page, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Tkashikoi, and I'll see you guys next time.